Today on the channel, it's all about the money with WWE Mattel Legends Series 20 Target exclusive, the $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another WWE Mattel Legends unboxing and review. And today on the channel from Legends Series 20, we got the $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase, regular version. But for all your Mattel wrestling figure needs that are not Target exclusive, make sure you hit up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%. Got to get a deal out there. And of course, we're going to do this unboxing like we do all the other unboxings on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's see what the old $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase, is up to here today. And there he is looking good with the glamour shot down there in the corner. Got his patented green suit on. How about that green suit? Definitely Oakland A's tribute, no doubt about it. He loved wearing it on the West Coast, I think. Somebody feel free to fact check that. We got Ted Dibiase, $1 Million Man down here. True Effects, of course, Series 20 Elite Squad over there. We got Ted in the packaging here with the big bubble window. We do know Series 21 will start the new packaging design for Legends, so be on the lookout for that one. And this is an interesting one, as it's somewhat a 2-in-1 figure, as you get the old man Ted Dibiase head and you get the younger man Ted Dibiase head. So choose your own Ted Dibiase head adventure at the end of the day. On the side, there he is, looking just like a $1 Million Man with a $1 Million smile is what he looks like right there. On the side, WWE Legends, same picture. And then, of course, the back, we got the glamour shot. We got the blur. We got the big cross sell. Of course, we got Triple H, Ted Dibiase, Mr. Perfect, and Greg the Hammer Valentine in this set. And Ted Dibiase is the chase. Stay tuned. We'll be unboxing all these on the channel. Then at the very end, we're going to unbox the Ted Dibiase chase, and we'll rank the entire wave from my least favorite to my favorites. Should be a fun one in this set here. But without further ado, let's see what it says about old Ted Dibiase here. Let's see. The $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase. Titles: $1 Million Champion, World Tag Team Champion, of course with one IRS, as we do know. From the time Ted Dibiase was the original $1 Million Champion to modern day NXT, there's been one constant in WWE. Everybody's got a price, and everybody's gonna pay because the $1 Million Man always gets his way. Ha 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 ha! You can just hear his laugh. I can't do it, but you know what I'm talking about. And whenever I think of Ted Dibiase, I got two stories that come up. We've talked about it on the channel before. My dad and his blood feud with Ted Dibiase's dad. We'll never forget that. Little Tom, don't call him Tommy. Little Tom was hanging flyers with his friend for a local wrestling show at the high school gymnasium, and Ted Dibiase's stepfather, technically, was there, and he screwed my dad on the payoff. We'll never forget that one. My dad went into the story in the past. It was that no-good Reggie Parks was involved, too. That no-good Reggie Parks, who made many of the belts over the years, but my dad's held a grudge against Iron Mike Dibiase and Reggie Parks to this day. He still does not forgive them, even though they've both since passed away. My dad holds a deep grudge. Just don't get in his craw. Don't get in his bad side. And then, as a child, when I think of Ted Dibiase, I had a good buddy as a kid, and his grandpa would say, boy, that Ted Dibiase, one of the best wrestlers ever, but boy, he was just blinded by the money. If he wasn't so blinded by the money, he truly could be the world champion. And I always thought that was the hilarious statement from an old grandpa back in the day. I always thought that was funny. All that money, it's just blinded him. It's blinded him. So, there's some Ted Dibiase stories right there. A lot going on in the Dibiase world, as we know these days. But there it is. See you later. Goodbye. And we got Ted Dibiase in his green suit. Got extra hands, got some glasses, got the old man head, got the $1 Million title belt. We always love to see that one. And we're going to have some Ted Dibiase comparisons. Maybe I don't need the scissors here. We're going to have some comparisons later on in this very video, so stay tuned for that. No twist ties. Oh, we got one twist tie on the arm. That was it. So that was fairly painless there. Pull this out. Those glasses out. Those glasses could easily be lost. See you later. Goodbye. And we are truly off to the races with the $1 Million Man, Ted Dibiase. And let's break it down first. Let's get down to business. Let's get down to the hand business here. And we get two gripping hands, and we have two gripping hands. So Love a good gripping hand. So nice they put them in there twice. A little deeper grips on these, but what about a fist for the $1 Million Man? What about a fist? What about an open hand? You could do something with that, but 2 sets of gripping hands seems like a little much to me. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Who knows? And then we do get the $1 Million title belt, of course, one we've seen before. I'm sure we'll see it again. Always good to get this belt, though, because really Ted DiBiase is about the only guy you get this with outside of Cameron Grimes, I believe, came with one. Well, what am I saying? Ted DiBiase Jr. came with one. Virgil, I think, might have came with one. So we've got it a few times. But it is truly the $1 Million title. Not as good as the Jakks Deluxe Classic Superstars. That is the holy grail for the $1 Million title as far as toys are concerned. But it gets the job done. You know what it is. It works for me. Then we get down to the heads here. We get down to some head business. And we're going to look at old Ted here. Now, the head that is on the packet, right outside of the package here, is the very familiar Ted DiBiase head scan. We've seen this one a time or two. I believe this might be identical to the prior Legends release, and we'll talk about that later on in this video. Very much a Ted DiBiase old school non-true effects scan here, and he's got the beard going on, the wavy Ted DiBiase hair. No doubt about it, if somebody handed me this head, I would know who it is. It is definitely Ted DiBiase. Now the second head is an interesting one. I think I would know this is Ted DiBiase, but it is older Ted DiBiase. Now if you saw it, and a lot probably did not, a year ago, 2 years ago, what is time once again, he was on NXT for a lot of weeks, a couple of months, maybe even like 4, 5, 6 months or so. And he was kind of in a team and a feud with Cameron Grimes, and I loved it. I thought it was one of the best things going in wrestling at the time. I thought it was really cool. Cameron Grimes got all this money because he invested in GameStop stock, which was a big deal at the time. So that was kind of funny and very current. And then he was this rich. You know, he was this guy from the country that became rich and was going to all these places, throwing his money around. And then they'd say, oh, sorry, Mr. Grimes, you can't do that. And it would always lead to the end of the skit being Ted DiBiase, and Ted DiBiase was in there just one-upping him over and over and over. It all did accumulate with a feud for the $1 Million title with LA Knight and Cameron Grimes and Ted DiBiase getting involved. Possibly Ted DiBiase's kind of last hurrah as far as angles and everything go in wrestling, I would imagine. So I had a lot of fun watching that, and maybe you did too. I don't know. You guys sound off in the comments down below. But this is old man Ted DiBiase to represent this. Now, I'm trying to remember that angle. I feel like he wore this green suit. We do know the Chase is the white suit. So I think the green suit is the one that the old man head would probably want to go with. But at the end of the day, you can choose your own head adventure here. But it does come with the removable glasses. Not a bad idea. Just be careful you don't lose them. But it is old man Ted DiBiase. I think they did a good job. And it is something different. As we've got a lot of Ted DiBiases in suits, I don't hate this idea. And if you're only buying one Ted DiBiase, you don't want to use this, put it in a baggie, put it away, do whatever you want to do. So very cool to get that head there. But now we're going to dive into old Ted DiBiase in the green $1 Million Man suit. One of his more iconic suits, and I do think at the end of the day, a lot of the reason it is so iconic is, of course, because of his Hasbro toy back in the day. A lot of kids had the black suit one, arguably the most iconic of Ted DiBiase's suits, but I do feel this is a strong number 2, and a lot of it is because of that Hasbro back then. And we also got a Jakks Classic Superstars back in the day, and we've also got a basic of this one back in the day. So this has definitely been represented in figure form. We could do a top 5 green suit Ted DiBiase countdown one of these days. Who knows? We might even do it. We'll see what happens. But we do get Ted DiBiase in his green suit. Kind of a, not a lime green, but a turquoise green, and under the sea green, a seafoam green. I don't know my greens, but a little bit lighter, not super, super dark here. In my brain, I always think of it as a more darker green, but it is fairly light right here. The silver looks good. Of course, you got the dollars there on the coat. You got the green bow tie going on, the white shirt underneath. Of course, articulation arms go all the way around. Bicep cut, double jointed, pinless elbows. We're here for that. Hands back and forth, side to side, hands removable as we do know. Same thing with the head removable, side to side, back and forth. Waist articulation. Oh, he's got a nice ab crunch in there. I didn't think there was an ab crunch for a second, but he's got an ab crunch underneath that coat if you need it. Big old splits on old Ted DiBiase. And then you do got the thigh cut at the top. You do got the double jointed knees here. Build-A-Figure like legs on this guy here. Pinned joints down at the bottom as well. Ankles back, forth, side to side. Not a ton of movement out of these ankles per the course here with old Ted DiBiase. But an interesting one and an iconic one, as we talked about with old Ted in his green suit. But like I said earlier, this isn't the only Ted in the green suit we got. We got this one in the basic line. Want to say this was the Walmart Flashback series, the basic Flashback series. It could even have been the Build to J.J. Dillon, maybe? Maybe. It was one of those sets. But very similar, but very different at the same time. Definitely a little different. So there's some similarities and some differences, as you can imagine here. So we do got that. And then, of course, we did get the Legends Ted DiBiase in the past. That's kind of what we were playing with here as far as reuse goes. For whatever reason, this set of Legends, the Ted DiBiase was very hard to find, especially the Chase version. So you never know which ones are going to be hard to get, and that was kind of hard with this one here, as we can see. Definitely size-wise, looks to be the same exact figure, same everything going on. Uh-oh, knocking people over. Knocking people over, but we got the black suit, we got the silver suit, we'll have the white suit with the Chase, now we got the green suit. Playing all the colors in the Ted DiBiase suit rainbow. We just need the NWO black suit. And I think he wore a blue suit with some of this newer age with Cameron Grimes a few times as well. So the more you know on that. But we've had a lot of suited Ted DiBiases. And then speaking of Cameron Grimes, figured I'd grab this one out here. Another good figure is old Cameron Grimes. I like this figure a whole lot. This was, of course, a ringside collectible exclusive. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Might even still be available over there. Who knows? With old Cameron Grimes. But a fun one is Ted DiBiase. Always fun to get the Legends from the 80s in these toy lines. Truly, it warrants a spot in the Legends line. And here it is, Ted DiBiase ×2 in Legends Series 20. What are your thoughts on this one? What's your plans for this one? What's your head plans for Ted DiBiase? You going to be an absolute wild man and move this head onto some other head? Do something different? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day, and then some. We even got videos on our other YouTube channel. Check out Kyle Peterson 2.0. We got links in the description, all that kind of stuff. But 2 channels, rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling every single day for you. And even more content, bonus content, exclusive content over on the Patreon channel. Patreon, as you guys know, best way to support this very YouTube channel and all the content it does bring. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget social media, SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads and on Instagram. So for the $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.